This is Luke with Bitcoin Wins, and I just want to briefly explain why I think the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve for the United States is the most important Bitcoin news to have ever come out and will advance the global view to being more Bitcoin positive, and why I think all other countries will follow in our footsteps very soon. So recently, Senator Lummis proposed a bill where we would buy 1 million Bitcoin and use it to pay off our national debt. And many think, oh, we have $36 trillion in national debt. That's bad, but who really cares? There's been debt forever. So, like, what is that? They don't see the issue with that. Um, but no, this is a problem. This can't go on forever. We have to pay this money at some point. And one of the best ways to do that would be to buy Bitcoin, which is what we're planning to do with this bill right here. So Bitcoin is a hard asset, and it will help us pay some of this off. Now, if we look at the price of Bitcoin, we're just at about 91,000 here. This is following a Trump victory in the election, bringing in very pro-Bitcoin legislation, hopefully. But yeah, so Bitcoin is perfectly scarce. There will only ever be 21 million, and the rate at which it's issued halves every 4 years. So it started off at 50, then it went down to 25, then it went down to 12.5, blah blah blah. Right now we're at 3.1 something, and yeah, we're right here. And as you can see, 91% of all Bitcoins that will ever exist already are in circulation. And over the next 100 years, we will mine the next 10%. And as you can see, the amount of Bitcoin that is actually held on exchanges is dropping and getting lower every day almost, because people are realizing that this is the scarcest asset on earth. I shouldn't just be trading this. I shouldn't just be buying it, making $100 and then selling it. I really should be holding this for the long term to protect my hard work and my time spent mining fiat. So people are realizing that, and the amount that's actually on exchange has dropped to a record low recently as the price has climbed to a record high. And once the US starts buying for this strategic reserve, if it does get passed, there will be even more people who are holding for the long term, so this would naturally just decrease. But then the US would start to buy at a rate that no one has ever, and Bitcoin as a whole has never seen before. No one has ever attempted to buy 1 million Bitcoin. This would cause a supply shock like never seen before, and people would start holding for the long term. And I just think we could see a crazy pump starting 2025 and onward, as this asset is truly absorbing the global wealth. But that's not the whole story, because the US is a leader in financial moves, so other countries would likely follow us. It's pretty reasonable to suspect Russia and China and maybe India or BRICS would look into this, as Russia has already allowed trade to be settled in crypto. I just think over the next 5 years, we'll start to see very pro legislation coming out of the United States, and other countries will follow. And I just think we are entering the 5-year super cycle, maybe 8-year super cycle, where you have to study and you have to hold as much as you possibly can so you don't get left behind. But yeah, if you're interested in this type of content, if you're interested in learning more, drop a like and a follow.